Here, the first type of motion is the uniform velocity. In this simple diagram, which indicates the uniform velocity and acceleration, uniform velocity of the follower during the out and return stroke. Now see, this is the displacement diagram. This is the angle turned by the cam. So for any cam, the angle turn will be always, for one cycle it will be 360 degree, that is 2 pi. Now for this cam, when it have uniform velocity, now we are going to trace the displacement, velocity and acceleration for one complete cycle. Now if we see the displacement, now when I say uniform velocity, means rate of change of displacement should be constant. So constantly the displacement will go on rising and it will attain the stroke length during the rise period or during the outstroke. So the displacement, we see that the displacement is a straight line which have some angle, and this angle gives constant slope. Therefore rate of slope of the line is constant. Therefore the velocity throughout this stroke is constant. So we can say that from A to B velocity is constant. Now from B1 to C1, the follower is kept at its position. The follower is not moving from its position. So this time where the follower is kept at its own position or fixed to this position is called as dwell period. So follower is not going to move up or down during this period. Therefore the velocity and acceleration will be zero during this period. So we can see that the velocity is zero and acceleration is also zero. But when we see the acceleration in the rise stroke, now at this point A, suddenly it was 0 before A, just start of the A, and just when it starts from point A to B, it attains some specific velocity and it remains constant. So at this instance of time, the acceleration is infinity, and then as the velocity is constant, acceleration is 0, and again as it drops to 0, velocity drops to 0 here at point B, the deceleration, that is retardation, is at infinity at the point B, and then again suddenly the acceleration comes to 0. Now moving to the position from C1 to D, the follower is displaced with uniform velocity. So this negative velocity is again uniform. So this is the negative velocity which tends this follower to come to its original position, that is this is the return stroke. So the follower traces the return stroke and at constant velocity. So when it returns with the constant velocity, again it has zero acceleration, but again at these points, that is at point C and at point D, it have acceleration, deceleration, that is retardation and acceleration of the value equal to infinity. So this is something. Now when we see that rate of change of displacement is velocity, Rate of change of velocity is displacement, and rate of change of acceleration is called as jerk. Now, when the rate of change of acceleration is infinity, therefore there will be, if we take another diagram for jerk, we will find that at point A, at point B, at point C, at point D, the system will experience a jerk, and this jerk will tend to give a noisy motion, and this jerk will deteriorate the life of cam, life of follower, life of bearings, life of shaft, everything. So we do not, or we cannot accept such type of follower, but still if we want the motion with uniform velocity, then this diagram has to be modified further. So we come to the second modified diagram, where from this point to this point we have uniform displace, the change of rate of change of displacement is kept uniform, so angle is kept constant, but from A to, at the beginning and at the end, this path is made little bit curved, and this curvy nature will give some time to rise the velocity from 0 to some the desired value during some particular period, say some few 2-3 seconds or 1 second might be given, 2 seconds might be given to achieve that velocity, and then further the velocity is kept constant, and again through this curvy nature for retardation also some time is given. So as it has some specific time to attain or to detain the velocity, the acceleration again becomes specific. So due to this specific value of acceleration at these points A, B, C and D, the rate of change of acceleration becomes low, and that jerk comes to the acceptable level, and in that case we can accept this type of motion for the follower. So here we have modified the diagram, so any time when we are going to design cam profile for this particular type of motion of the follower, we need to keep in mind that this modified diagram has to be used in order to draw the cam profile. Next type of motion is simple harmonic motion. Now we know that simple harmonic motion is nothing but the motion traced by a point on the circumference of the circle. Now say this is the value of stroke of the cam, stroke of the follower through the cam. Now this stroke is divided into say 8 number of equal parts. We draw for the circle equal to diameter of the stroke and divide it into say 8 number of equal parts. Then we divide this angle of outstroke, say theta 0 is the angle of outstroke and theta r is the angle of return stroke, and this is the value of the stroke. During this period it is dual, and again for the next period it is dual. So the follower is kept at its position, not moving up and down. So the follower starts from 0 to reaches to the stroke S during angle theta. 0 turn theta naught turned by the cam. Now the motion of the follower is SHM. So we have taken a semicircle here equal diameter equal to stroke, and we divide the circle into 8 number of equal parts. The same number of divisions have been taken for the say outstroke and return stroke. If we take 8 number of divisions on the circumference of the circle, we will take 8 number of divisions on the outstroke and 8 number of divisions on the return stroke. And through these divisions on this angle theta naught and theta r, we take vertical lines here at every instant and project points made on the circumference of the circle horizontally to the respective lines. Say this is 1 and this is 1 here, so we take point of intersection of line passing through, vertical line passing through this 1 and horizontal line passing through say 1 dash. So in this way we get point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we draw a smooth curve with the help of French curve, and we can see that this curve is no longer a straight line. As this is no longer a straight line, we cannot say this is the uniform velocity. Definitely the velocity will not be uniform. So let us come to the velocity diagram. So when we come to the velocity diagram, we see that in case of SHM, the value of the speed becomes 0 at point A when it starts the new cycle, and it rises when it reaches to the mid position. Now the point has started from A and reaches to the mid position on the circumference, and while moving so it attains the maximum velocity. And again, while moving from 4 to 8, it retards to have 0 displacement, so velocity again becomes 0. So at the midth of the stroke, we find that in SHM we get maximum velocity. So here the velocity is going to increase suddenly, and then the increase of the velocity, we can see here that the velocity is not increasing that much when it reaches to the mid position. So velocity, here we can see here the curve is quite straight, horizontal. So when the velocity curve is horizontal, the acceleration becomes 0. So the acceleration at the beginning is highest. So here we see that the acceleration is very high at the initial position. Then acceleration decreases to 0, and then again acceleration increases at the end when it stops, and then suddenly this drops to 0. So if we see the velocity and acceleration diagram for the outstroke, we see here there is a sudden change in acceleration, and definitely there is some small jerk in this kind of motion. In the similar fashion, we get the curve for velocity and acceleration for outstroke or return stroke of the cam. So in the similar fashion, we have drawn here the path followed by the follower, and this is the displacement curve. This gives us displacement curve. From this displacement curve, again we find that When we take another circle at this on this side, then when point 8 moves to 4 again, it reaches to the maximum velocity here, and the velocity decreases when it reaches to its dual position or base circle, what we can say. So this rate of change of velocity again shows us that there is rate of change of velocity is high at this position, therefore acceleration is high at the initial stage and it comes to 0 at the mid of the stroke and then again increases at the end and suddenly comes to 0. So as the angle theta at the return stroke is small, the acceleration is high. Okay, let us understand this with the help of some formula. So let us say S is the stroke of the follower, theta naught and theta r be the angle turn during the this is outstroke and return stroke by the cam. Omega is the angular velocity of the cam in radian per second. Now when we see this omega, so omega is nothing but the angular velocity of cam and this is nothing but the angular velocity of the shaft which is attached to this cam. Therefore this angular velocity is the constant. The cam is going to rotate with constant angular velocity. Therefore the time required for the outstroke of the follower in seconds will be equal to theta naught by omega, because this is nothing but the angular displacement of the cam and this is the angular velocity. Therefore time is nothing but displacement upon velocity. So therefore time can be found by means of, so as this value of theta increases, time increases, right? Now peripheral velocity of the point P can be found as Vp is equal to pi s by 2 into 1 by TO. Now what is pi s? Pi s is nothing but the circumference area covered. Now pi into s, this is nothing but the diameter of the circle. Therefore half of the turn is nothing but pi by 2 into s. So pi by 2 into s into 1 by t naught. Therefore we divide the total length followed by the follower. So this is the total length of this curve, right? So pi by length of the actually circle, half of the circle, and divide by time. Therefore the velocity is nothing but equal to pi into s by 2 into omega by theta naught. Now as the value of theta decreases, now these values are constant for the outstroke and return stroke. Therefore values of s, value of omega is constant. So as the value of theta increases, the Vp decreases. So as Vp decreases, the acceleration also decreases. Whereas in case of the return stroke, theta r is smaller, and as theta r is small, Vp is higher. Okay. So we can say VO is equal to VP is equal to, now we are taking into consideration time required for outstroke. If we consider time required for return stroke, then we will get VR equal to pi s by 2 into omega by theta r. Now as far as acceleration is considered, it is nothing but the rate. Acceleration is v square by r. So already we have seen Vp, which is nothing but pi omega s by 2 theta naught, and OP is nothing but the half of the diameter of the circle, that is s by 2. So centripetal acceleration here comes to us as pi square omega square s by 2 into theta naught square. Therefore maximum acceleration at the outstroke is equal to pi square omega square s by 2 into theta naught square, and in the similar fashion the velocity at the return stroke and acceleration at the return stroke can be found out. So this diagram shows in detail the motion of simple harmonic type for follower. The displacement we have seen, the velocity curve we have seen, and acceleration curve we have seen for simple harmonic motion of the follower. Let us go to the next type of displacement. The third type of motion which can be imparted to the cam and to follower through cam is uniform acceleration and retardation type of motion. Now in this type, the acceleration and retardation is kept uniform. In previous case we had seen that the velocity was kept uniform. Now in this case the acceleration is uniform. So if we see the displacement, velocity and acceleration diagram, the acceleration diagram for the application shows the horizontal line for acceleration and retardation both. So before that, let us go through this displacement, velocity and acceleration diagram. Here this is the displacement diagram where theta naught is the angle turn during outstroke, theta r is the angle turn during return stroke, and this is the total stroke, that is displacement of the follower. Second, here the velocity. This shows that as the acceleration is constant, change in velocity is going on increasing, and at the mid position it goes on decreasing. So it have the uniform acceleration during half of the period and uniform deceleration during half of the outstroke. So but the value of this acceleration and deceleration remains constant. So this is the case where the acceleration of the follower or retardation of the follower takes place with uniform value. So the value of the acceleration and retardation for outstroke remains constant. Similarly, the value of acceleration and retardation remains constant. This height remains constant for throughout the return stroke. Therefore, so let us go through the displacement first. Now when we talk about the displacement, when the acceleration is uniform, velocity is having a straight line with some specific slope. So when it has a straight line motion, velocity is a straight line, it means that rate of change of velocity is constant. So if rate of change of velocity remains constant, then displacement has to increase gradually in every period. So if we see the displacement diagram, when the point moves from A to 1, the change in displacement is very small. But when it moves to 2, the displacement is larger. When it moves to third position, the displacement is again larger, and when it reaches to the midth of the outstroke, the displacement is highest during 3 and 4. So in a similar fashion, if we see the displacement during the next half of the outstroke, the displacement during 4 and 5 is very large. The displacement during 5 and 6 is smaller. Then during 6 and 7 is smaller, and 7 and 8 is smaller. So this is how the displacement diagram is going to take place. So if we see the curve is very smooth. So it gradually takes the displacement at the higher position. So it gradually increases the displacement and then gradually decreases the displacement. So as the acceleration is constant, there is no jerk in this type of motion of the follower. So this is the beauty of this type of motion. And now there are two questions. One is now how to compute the values of outstroke, values of velocity and acceleration at outstroke, and the second question is how to compute this how to draw this displacement diagram. So coming to the second question first, the displacement diagram for the follower has to be drawn in the following manner. First, we draw with specific scale the degree of outstroke. Say if I am saying it is 130 degree, then I will take some suitable scale to show 130 degree on the horizontal line. Then the similar kind of stroke scale can be used to indicate or measure return stroke. So if say return stroke is of 100 degree, then according to the proper scale I will use the same scale which I had used in outstroke. The same scale I will use to show or measure return stroke. So here we have drawn the return stroke, and here we have drawn the outstroke angle turned by the cam. Okay. Now this is the maximum stroke of the follower. Now we draw a rectangle completing this box. So total 360 degree is one cycle of a cam. So it includes here, for example, outstroke of some angle, then dwell for some angle, then return stroke for some angle, and then dwell for the next period. Now if I want to draw the displacement diagram, what we should do is divide the number into any even number. We can take 6, we can take 8. So let us have 8 divisions. So divide this outstroke in 8 number of equal divisions and take vertical lines from all these divisions drawn on the theta line. Now when we take the vertical lines from each division, now take the same number of divisions on the midth line. Okay, so as we have taken 8 number of divisions, we will take 8 number of divisions of the vertical line, that is nothing but the actual stroke of the follower. So here we have taken, say, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. These 8 points are marked on the vertical line, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is marked on the horizontal line, that is nothing but the outward stroke of the cam. Now up to 4, the point A is joined with small a, small b, small c, small d. So we can see here line capital A, small a will intersect with the vertical line passing through 1. So wherever the point intersect, that point is marked as capital B. Similarly, line capital A, small b will intersect with vertical line passing through 2. The point of intersection will be noted as point capital C. Similarly, at the intersection of A, that is capital A, small c, and with the vertical line from 3, we will get point D, and at point D, small d itself, we will get capital E. Okay, so these 4 points are located by the lines of intersection, respective lines of intersection from A. Okay, now for the next half, we draw the lines from J. So now draw the line joining capital J, small e, capital J, small f, capital J, small g, and capital J, small h. Now we can again see that JE, line JE will intersect with line 5. So that point is located as F. Then point JF, line JF is intersecting with vertical line from 6, and this point can be noted as point G. Similarly, we get point H and point J. So now join a curve, smooth curve, with the help of French curve. These points capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D, capital E, capital F, capital G, capital H, and capital J. So we find a S type of curve for the outstroke, and this S type of curve becomes the displacement diagram for the follower. In a similar fashion, we can find the S type of curve for return stroke. So now, as the diagram shows here, the velocity gradually increases, displacement is increasing at every equal interval of outstroke. So velocity is increasing. So up to point midth of the position, velocity is increasing, and after, velocity is decreasing. But this increase of velocity and decrease of velocity is of same uniform increase in velocity. So there is uniform increase in velocity. it's not like it increases suddenly and then goes horizontal. No, it moving with uniform increase of velocity. So we can say that rate of change of velocity remains constant, and rate of change of velocity remains constant means acceleration remains constant. Therefore, acceleration diagram shows us the horizontal nature during first half and second half of the outstroke. In the similar manner, during the first half and second half of the return stroke. Only the change is during the first half there is positive acceleration, and during the second half there is negative acceleration. But the value of the acceleration or negative acceleration can also be called as retardation. So value of acceleration and retardation remains constant during this period. So this is the third type of motion which is imparted or which can be imparted whenever there is need to the follower. Now, as far as velocity is concerned, now mean velocity, if we find the mean velocity is nothing but displacement upon time. So let TO be the time taken to cover theta naught angle. So displacement S upon TO will be the mean velocity, and for a triangle the height is always double the mean. Therefore, the maximum velocity of the outstroke is double the mean velocity. Therefore, we can say that maximum velocity VO is equal to twice of S by TO, and TO can be computed as omega by theta naught, that is velocity upon displacement. So here 2 omega S by theta naught is the maximum velocity of the outstroke. Similarly, 2 omega S by theta R is the maximum velocity of return stroke. So this value can be computed. This value of maximum velocity in return stroke can be computed by these two formulas. Now, by these two formulae. Now, acceleration at outstroke is nothing but the rate of change of velocity. Therefore, acceleration is equal to velocity upon time. Now, time is nothing but for acceleration, time is TO by 2. So, half of the period there is acceleration. So, maximum value of acceleration is equal to V naught by TO by 2. Therefore, it becomes, putting the value of VO in this equation, we get acceleration of outstroke equal to 4 omega square S by theta naught square. Similarly, acceleration at the return stroke can be computed as 4 omega square S by theta R square. So here we see that how this follower can be imparted a motion with uniform acceleration and retardation. Now coming to the fourth type of follower motion, that is cycloidal motion. Now the cycloidal motion is unlike in case of in previous case, where we have seen that the acceleration and retardation was constant. So when the acceleration and retardation during one stroke remains constant, we can find that at the beginning of the stroke there is sudden change in acceleration from 0 to some value, and this change induces some jerk at the beginning and at the not at the beginning only, but at the mid and at the end of the stroke. But in cycloidal motion, this jerk is removed. So we can find that the acceleration, the velocity and the displacement, all these lies in smooth curve. We do not find anywhere the straight line motion, and this is the beautiful nature of cycloidal motion of the follower. Now question arises how to draw the displacement, velocity and acceleration diagram. Right? Now to draw the displacement diagram, what we do, we take on x-axis the total angle turned by the cam during outstroke, and on y-axis we take total displacement taken by the follower. Okay, so here on the x-axis we have marked theta naught, and on the y-axis we have marked the displacement of the follower. Now when we say the displacement is taking place in a cycloidal motion, then any cycloid is generated by, how do we generate the cycloid? The cycloid is generated by the rotation of a circle. Not only the rotation but the rolling of the circle on one of the surface. And cycloidal curve is nothing but the curve generated by a point on the circumference of the circle when it rolls purely on one of the surface. Either it is on a straight surface, either it is on a curved surface. If it is running on or rolling on a straight surface, then we call it as cycloid. Otherwise it may be epicycloid or hypocycloid. Now in this case, to draw the displacement diagram, the total displacement is supposed to be the circumference of the circle, so that when it rolls purely on the surface of the follower, surface of the cam, the displacement is such that after one complete revolution of the circle reaches to the end position. So point A moves up and up and up and reaches to the end position when it completes one complete revolution. So if we consider this, then a circle can be kept here and it can be rolled in a manner that it will not slip on this line, and then gradual points can be marked on these lines and we will get the same curve. But to reduce the complexity, another method is employed here. Now what is done? We have first drawn a circle with radius equal to radius which makes circumference equal to total displacement. Okay. Therefore, we can say that stroke S is equal to 2 pi r, where r is the radius of circle. Now as we compute the r, therefore r can be computed as S by 2 pi. Therefore, radius of the circle becomes S by 2 pi. Now once we draw the value of r, that is radius of the circle, we draw the circle at point A. Now let us divide the total stroke, that is outward stroke, into say six number of equal parts. So here we have divided this total theta naught into six number of equal parts, and we have marked 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, and say 6 dash here at equal interval of time, or interval of displacement, that is theta naught of the cam, and we have drawn the vertical lines at each point. Now we divide here the circle also into same number of divisions as we had divided the displacement theta naught of the cam. Therefore, we divide the circle into six number of equal parts, so in such a way that the mid position, at this position we get 3 and 6. So we will not divide the circle in such a, on this, keeping this vertical line, but we will keep horizontal line first, and we mark from this point equal to radius, we take two intersections, and from point 6 we take two equal intersections. So we name the points here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. Now once we take the division, draw the horizontal line passing through 1 and 2, the horizontal line passing through 4 and 5, and the horizontal line passing through 3 and 6. Now wherever these horizontal lines, that is 1, 2, 3, 6 and 4, 5 intersects with vertical line, we mark those points, say as this is, say A dash, this is B dash, and this is capital A. Now after pointing out the positions of A dash, capital A and B dash, we join capital A with capital B. So we draw a line capital AB, and parallel to AB we draw a line passing through B dash and A dash. Okay. Now on this A dash point we find two divisions, that 2 points, that is 1 and 2. So this line will mark the points of intersection with 1 dash and 2 dash, as it have 1 and 2. So we here it interacts with 1 dash at point this, and so we mark it as small a, and it intersects with 2 dash, vertical line passing through 2 dash at point B. So we get first two points of the curve, that is A and B. Already one point was there, that is at point A. So stroke starts at point A and then it moves to point A, small a, then small b. Now to get the point C, now C lies on the third division of the stroke, therefore theta naught. Therefore we choose the line passing through 3 and 6. So this line intersects 3 dash at point C. So we locate the intersection point as small c, and the same line intersects with 6 dash at point B, capital B. So we get 2 points here, small c and capital B. Now thereafter we again take a parallel line to capital AB from B dash, and now B dash there is 2 points 4 and 5. So we allow this line to intersect 4 dash and 5 dash at vertical lines. So at 4 dash it intersects at point D, and at 5 dash it intersects at point E. So in this way we get small a, small b, small c, small d, small e, and starting and end points are already there. So if we join these points with smooth curve, this curve gives us smooth motion of the displacement of follower. Okay, so this displacement of follower takes place with a very smooth motion. So we find here very gradual increase of displacement at the beginning, then sudden increase at the mid, then sudden decrease at the beginning, and then smooth ending of the stroke. So here the cycloidal motion takes place with a smooth curve. Now coming to the velocity diagram, the maximum velocity of the curve remains same as in case of previous type of motion, that is uniform acceleration and retardation. So the formula is same. It doesn't imply that the motion is same. Fortunately, the formula comes to the same equation, but the total analysis goes in a different way. So it's a curvy nature, so it smoothly increases the velocity and reaches smoothly to the top, and it smoothly decreases the velocity and reaches to the end. So this is the smooth curve which have the maximum velocity equal to the previous case. Okay, so unlike the uniform acceleration and retardation, the velocity diagram was a straight line from the beginning to the top and from top to the end of the stroke, but in this case it is a smooth curve. Now as far as acceleration is considered, again acceleration is 0 at the beginning, at the mid, and at the end. It gradually increases and reaches to the top at the mid of the position, then comes to 0, then gradually decreases, that is retardation starts. So negative acceleration gradually increases and reaches at the top in mid of the width of half of the outward stroke. Therefore we can say this is theta naught by 4, this is theta naught by 4. This position also is at theta naught, that is 1 theta naught by 4, 2 theta naught by 4, then 3 theta naught by 4, and then 4 theta naught by 4. So this value becomes theta naught. Therefore, so we find here the maximum value at this position of retardation, but it's not a straight line like in previous case. It gradually smoothly increases and smoothly decreases and reaches to the 0 at 3 positions of the stroke. So this is the cycloidal curve, and now the maximum acceleration also at the outward stroke and at the return of the outward stroke remains constant, same as in previous case. The formula is same, but the nature is not same. So here we understand the cycloidal type of motion which can be imparted to the follower. Now the problems are asked to draw the motion of the follower by using either one type of motion or by combination of the type of motions studied in these cases. So we will see different types of problems in next stages of our discussion. So thank you very much.